presently in mid-winters, and when you're reporting from Kashmir, and that too from Sonmarg, which has been an avalanche zone at particular places, and how to deal with the disasters if you are we all are in mid-winters and when reporting from Kashmir, and that too in Sonmarg, which is an avalanche-prone zone. How to deal and with the avalanche and the kind of rescue teams that are usually prepared by the Jawahar Institute of Mountaineering that takes care of the challenges being faced during avalanche whenever there is any. Yesterday also an avalanche was witnessed here in Sonmarg, and to know more about the drill that is being carried during rescue operations, I'm joined by the principal of this institute, Colonel Singh. Thank you so much for talking to Republic. Sir, tell us about the drills during the rescue operations whenever the avalanche is there, and what kind of drill and how you prepare people to deal with the challenges.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Colonel Hemchandra Singh, Principal, Jawahar Institute of Mountaineering and Winter Sports. So here we are basically training people, ma'am, in winter sports, and especially NDRF and SDRF in avalanche rescue, even army teams also, which are deployed here in the various places. So while we do avalanche rescue, ma'am, so first of all we have to take few precautions while crossing an avalanche prone zone. But once an avalanche prone zone, individual comes into an avalanche prone zone or in an avalanche, how to rescue that is the drill which is being taught here, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This drill is basically called, ma'am, course probing drill. Here what happens when a victim gets buried, ma'am, with the help of this rod, we first of all we mark this area. So we have marked this area, and herein with this rod we start probing, ma'am. So once that gets probed, ma'am, so whenever, because this rod goes down into this thing, so if there's a body, ma'am, through that feel, by the practice, people know that there's something down there, and once that gets detected, you, with the help of these shovels and all, you start digging and try to find out that. Yeah, that is it. Dig the bodies, ma'am. This is the stretcher which has been there to basically carry it out. Now, prior to that, ma'am, we have to use few instruments also so that your detections become very fast, ma'am. So first equipment is, ma'am, this is called ABS, ma'am. This is called Avalanche Bag System. Just put on this bag. So this avalanche bag system, what does it does, ma'am? It has a trigger, ma'am. So once you go in an avalanche prone zone, you pull this trigger, this bag opens up, ma'am. Okay. And through that you remain up. You do not get buried in the avalanche. So your detection becomes very fast, ma'am. First. Second is, ma'am, this avalanche rod, you have already seen this. That equipment is being used there. This is avalanche cord, ma'am. This cord is basically tied up to the body, ma'am. And whenever you are crossing a avalanche prone zone, you throw it out. So if you get buried into the avalanche, your detection becomes very fast, ma'am. And the third thing is, ma'am, AVD, Avalanche Victim Detector, ma'am. It has got two modes. Just open this. Okay. Yes, ma'am. This is basically send mode and search mode. So when these send in send modes, ma'am, the life is approximately 300 hours. It is tied up to your body, and once you get buried, ma'am, through this instrument, there's a search mode. Through that search mode, you can detect a victim at the fastest place, ma'am. So this is how a fastest detection which takes place, ma'am.
So, how long it takes usually to detect the person?
Ma'am,
and how many team members are usually in this?
Generally, ma'am, the team members consist of our avalanche rescue team consists of 6 members, ma'am. A commander, a deputy commander, and then we have 4 members, ma'am. In addition, some members for medical and other things are there, ma'am. So the probing is generally done by the member of 4 groups, and if there is more area, then you demarcate areas into smaller parts and use more teams, ma'am. The rescue time will depend, ma'am, how fast the team reaches there, ma'am, and the equipment which the individual which is buried has. If he has, ma'am, say an avalanche, this AVD he has, he can be detected at a very fast rate, ma'am, because because it gives you direction, it gives you very pinpoint this thing, and it buried individual.
So that's like a GPS.
Yeah, it is like that, ma'am. But you have to reach within that vicinity, ma'am. That is there. Maybe some 10-15 meters in that vicinity.
So time plays a bigger role within the rescue operation.
Yes, ma'am. Time is very paramount important, and if a buried individual gets detected fast, ma'am, then within 1 hour or so, if you detect them, generally chances of survival are very high, ma'am.
So you train the teams from the SDRF, NDRF?
Yes, ma'am. We carry out these courses, ma'am. After this, the other courses like this NDRF, SDRF courses will also be run for basically the SDRF teams from Jammu and Kashmir, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the duration for such courses to learn that?
Ma'am, we run approximately for 7 days. 7 days, ma'am. We give different practices because it is more of an experience, ma'am.
Okay.
See what happens, ma'am. It is like the probing with that rod. It requires actually that experience, whether that body is there or not there. You have to feel that feeling. That basically that practical skill takes time. That is what drill. So people can learn it 1 day, 2 days also.
Thank you so much. So, Colonel Singh talked about the drill that is being usually carried by the teams of the rescue operation whenever there is an avalanche. It's a team work, and most importantly, time plays an important role. Apart from the equipments, you have the GPRS kind of devices, then the rods that detect the body, and also the other surveillance equipments that tell you where the body lies. But time plays a bigger role, and when you are living in Himalayas, and particularly winters, when we talk about Sonmarg or the Gulmarg or the Zojila, we have seen these tracks have been very crucial to deal with as far as the disaster management is concerned. With VJ Mubashir Hussain, I'm Zina Zishan Fazil for Republic in Sonmarg.
Brace yourselves for a revolutionary leap into the world of news with the Republic World app. This is not just an app, viewers, it's a direct conduit to a world of news delivered with unparalleled authority and integrity right at your fingertips. Republic World app is your gateway to the latest updates, live streams and the debates that have become the hallmark of our journalistic prowess. Download Republic World app, available on Google Play Store and Apple App Store.